What's up, everybody? What's up, guys? Another year, another edition of Super Liga. This is the year 2021. We didn't have a first episode, but I'm Tom. I'm here with Chris, Marlon, and Mike. We are the well-mannered cartel. Let's get right into the nitty-gritty. We'll break down this past week's games, week one, and we'll kind of give a little breakdown of every team because we didn't get to do an episode last week. So the first one on the board, let's get right down into business, was the Bangkok Ladyboys scored 169 over the Flint Tropics, 164. Nice. So this was a competitive matchup. I mean, it was close. What do you guys think?
I think the Tropics did not see themselves losing after Dak Prescott dropped 52 points
on Thursday night. Right?
Yeah, that opener, he had a 52-point lead after that game, and it's crazy. I don't think Antonio Brown kept Actually, Antonio Brown had a great fucking game for the Bangkok Ladyboys, so I guess it wasn't like he was blowing them out after Thursday. But still, if your quarterback drops 50-something, you don't think you're going to lose that fucking matchup. And he did, barely, but he did. This was a fucking close one, man. Other than Prescott, though, the Flint Tropics squad really let him down. Derrick Henry had a really terrible game according to his standards, only 10 points.
Yeah.
Jacoby Myers, 10 points. Robert Woods, 12. I mean, those guys kind of let him down. Zeke let him down with only 5 points. I mean, Dak really carried that team, and he just couldn't get it done. But kudos to the Ladyboys, though, for pulling one out.
Both of Flint Tropics drafted Derrick Henry in the first round, and the Ladyboys drafted Jonathan Taylor in the first round as the number 2 overall pick. And I think we were all a little bit surprised by that. But then, hey, Jonathan Taylor got 7 more points than Derrick Henry this week.
Yeah, so this is a different year, right? This is a dynasty for everybody.
This dynasty, yeah.
So I mean, with that in mind, I guess the Jonathan Taylor pick doesn't seem as crazy because this is his second year. Mm-hmm. Still a little surprising, but yeah, this is all dynasty. So like everyone's gonna have the same rosters at the end of this year, next year, aside from some new rookies and stuff like that. But yeah, dude, very surprised with that Jonathan Taylor pick as well. But you know, you look at like the Ladyboys. Aside from Antonio Brown, no one really had like a standout game, really. Joe Burrow had 26. But that's about it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he had some decent scores in there, but really, Antonio Brown and Burrow are the 2 guys that really stood out. Everybody else was just kind of meh.
Yeah.
I guess. Well, Marquise Brown actually came through for him there at the last game of the slate. Those 19 points, which is kind of surprising because he was way up in that. Marquise Brown is so like hit or miss, but he was fucking hit this week for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the Ravens are kind of devoid of weapons right now, right? So Marquise Brown is probably one of the only guys Lamar can really count on, and Mark Andrews. But yeah, man, when you have a quarterback score 53 points almost, or 52.4. I mean, you're expecting to win, right? Especially if that's Thursday night. You're feeling good going into that Sunday.
Yeah.
And it just didn't happen for Flint Tropics.
We got to check with our advanced analytics department, but I'm assuming it's pretty rare that you have a quarterback score 50 points and you still lose the week.
Yeah. The last time that this happened was in the 2018 season.
Yeah, so that was a Fire Division matchup. We'll stay in the Fire Division with Gridiron Throne 142, Coulon Santo 190. So that was an intra-cartel matchup.
Marlon, little friendly fire.
Mike, little friendly fire. You know, guys, break it down for us.
PQ.
Yeah, I mean, I was feeling pretty good going into the week. I was projected to lose and I lost, but I thought I was going to be able to pull it off. I guess my disappointment was definitely Josh Allen. He scored 18 points, which is what you don't want your first round pick to do is when you're going for a quarterback in the first round, which I should have learned my lesson last year, but I didn't. And then my other disappointment was Devontae Adams, man, but he just played on a really shitty Green Bay Packers team this week. And so hopefully this is not a sign of things to come. Because Devontae Adams was my second round pick.
Bro, that was wild. I can't believe he only got 10 points, 5 catches for 56 yards. I mean, that offense was just terrible, dude. I mean, Aaron Rodgers looked old as shit. Maybe it was just a one-off, but he did not look good, man.
Yeah,
Devontae definitely was hindered.
I'm really hoping they bounce back, but I mean, with Aaron Rodgers and all the things that have happened this past offseason, I don't know. It's a little concerning, but we'll see how things go. Well, I'm not freaking out after one game.
Yeah, Kyler Murray had a big game for you, Marlon. Golon Santo, he had 40.56, so that was a big game. Alvin Kamara, respectable 18 points there. So, and then Amari Cooper went off on fucking Thursday with.
Oh yeah, he
Yeah.
sure did. He sure did.
So I mean, at one point, I think your team was projected to score, well over 200. So I mean, it was a good week for you. You got to feel good about that one.
At one point, I got excited when it was up to the projection was up to like 220 or something like that.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. But
Damn,
Mike was not feeling that, right?
Yeah.
Julio Jones disappointed definitely, dude. It was kind of, I expected more. I mean, I didn't expect like, astronomical numbers, but I expected in the double digits at least.
Yeah. What's really incredible was all of the Cowboys receivers, man. They just ate last week with Dak Prescott having such a good game. He spread
so
the
good,
love
dude.
around,
He
dude.
looked
Yeah.
so
It was
good.
crazy. It was crazy. Yeah, I mean, Amari Cooper was obviously, the number one target. He got 16 freaking targets, dude.
Receptions. Targets. Yeah, you're right. 13
16
receptions.
targets. That's insane. And then, 13 catches, 139 yards, and 2 touchdowns. It's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. The only thing about Cooper, and they still lost. The only thing about Cooper, because we got to think about it in fantasy. I mean, in dynasty terms, like obviously he's a great pick, Marlon, but I think that's more of like, I don't know, like how long can he keep this up for? Like years down the road, but like I think your team is like built to win like fucking this year, dude. Like, you know what I mean? And I don't know if that was what your strategy was, but like you definitely have like a win right fucking now team.
That's what he was thinking when he drafted all those IDPs.
Oh yeah,
dude, I was driving.
Bro,
I was like,
that auto draft was fucking crazy.
Dude, I was at the end of the draft, like relatively.
Yeah, but still, you could get like badass bench players at that point, and he was getting like IDPs.
Yeah, like 4 IDP players.
Started like in round 11 or some shit. Yeah, from like 11 to 15, you got IDPs. I was like, what the fuck's going on?
Oh,
share screen. Oh, pinche tattletale.
Okay. Sorry, guys. We had some technical difficulties, but that was the second Fire Division matchup between Gridiron Throne and Golon Santo. The next matchup we're looking at was in the Wind Division. Over easy, 209. The Bad Hombres, 172. Heartbreak. Haley's over here laughing for the Bad Hombres. Good matchup. Haley put up 209. It's tough to compete with a team scoring over 200. Chris, huh?
Yeah, it's par for the course though. We usually split the season. We usually play each other twice. She usually kicks my ass in the beginning of the season, and then I usually come back and eliminate her from the playoffs later in the year, which I'm looking forward to do this year, hopefully. But no, she deserves it this week. Tyreek Hill went off, man, 50 points, unbelievable. Russell Wilson, a solid 38 for her. Nick Chubb, a solid 21 from the running back position. But other than that, her team actually underperformed if you look at like her other starting positions. So it's pretty impressive that she was able to put up.
Godwin had 35 as well, 35.5.
Oh, Godwin with 35, yeah. But, Raheem Mostert going down after 2 carries, down for the year. That's tough. He only got her 2 points. Gesicki got her 3 points. I mean, she overcame a lot of, shitty performances. Michael Pittman with 5. But really, it was Tyreek Hill. Godwin had that first game against the Cowboys. That was just like fantasy freaking porn, man. Like it was like so much. So all of the players were scoring all of the points, and it was awesome to see.
Hey, so where did it all go wrong for you, Chris?
Where it all went wrong was the Atlanta Falcons' offense was just shit, man. I mean, Calvin Ridley with 5 catches for 51 yards. I mean, I think that whole offense was just on the struggle bus. And I don't know if they're going to get any better, to be honest with you, man. I think the Falcons are going to be tough this year, which sucks because I also have Mike Davis. I didn't start him. He was on my bench, but still I was kind of hoping I could spot start him whenever, McCaffrey is on bye and hopefully never injured. You know what? Let's keep it positive, Mike. I don't want to focus on where I went wrong. I want to focus on the bright spots. Matthew Stafford actually had himself a fucking game, and I was high on Matthew Stafford ever since he went over to the Rams. I thought he was going to do great, fantasy wise there, and so it looks like he's a decent a decent start, at least after week one. CeeDee Lamb had a great game. Logan Thomas, 12 points from the tight end. I mean, when you don't get one of the top three, I mean, that's kind of what you hope for. Like, like it's a decent score from the tight end position. But yeah, you know where I really fucked up was that Green Bay Packers DST getting me -4 points. And the Arizona Cardinals on the other side getting over easy 18 points. I mean, that's a 22-point difference from your DST. That's fucking
You missed
monster.
a double bonus for McCaffrey, man. You were 2 yards short of the rushing bonus, and you were 11 yards short of the receiving bonus for McCaffrey. So he could have gotten you close to 50 points as well.
It's insane. Like, he scored 27 points the fucking hard way, bro. Like you said, no bonuses, no touchdowns. It was just all yards and receptions. It's pretty wild that he.
Good Lord intended.
Like the good Lord intended, good old fashioned way, man. But yeah, I mean, he had a monster performance. He just, like you said, he didn't hit the bonuses. He didn't score any touchdowns. So he had like a pretty modest 27 points.
Speaking of bonuses, man, like last Thursday, I messaged the group, like bonuses are popping off right now because both offenses were going crazy. So, I mean, bonuses will do that to you, man. They'll just inflate some scores for some teams here.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't respond to that message because Marlon was fucking me with the bonuses. So I stayed quiet.
I didn't want to jinx it. Because at the moment when you sent that message, Lamb had just hit the bonus, but Godwin had not hit his bonus yet. And then sure enough, man, after you sent that text message, the next drive, the Bucks get it. And Godwin gets the fucking bonus off a fucking non-call, fucking pass interference, offensive pass interference, whatever. I mean, it was close, but there was extension, but whatever. We're not gonna. I mean, that didn't lose me the week or anything. It was, just an extra 10 points. But still, it was. Yeah, I mean, I scored 172. That's what you want. You want decent scores. You're not gonna win every week. I didn't think my bid for going undefeated for the rest of my life is over. I lost the first game of Dynasty, but
okay, Trevor Lawrence.
I know. Did he say that?
No, apparently he never lost a regular season game in his life before.
But anyway, I'm still pretty stoked about my team. I mean, it sucks to lose, but I think
you scored 172 points, man. I mean, that's solid. Yeah.
I just got to fix the DST and the IDP, man. That's what I got to fix. So
well, you know who to call. You know who to call for an IDP. Right, Marlon?
That's right.
Yeah.
he's hoarding them.
So that was the first win division matchup. The next one we move on to is a low-scoring affair. The Golden Dragons 137, the Muff Vipers 138. I think it was closer. I just wrote that down. It was 138.28 to 137.192 officially, with the Muff Vipers taking that matchup. Like I said, a low-scoring game. Aside from Tyler Lockett and Herbert had an okay game, but Tyler Lockett scoring 39 for Muff Vipers. It was a pretty low-scoring game for him. Blake Martinez, his IDP scored 24.5. Which attributed to that 138.28. In the Golden Dragons, man, Aaron Rodgers.
Godly, dude. I mean, -0.6 points.
I was watching the Fantasy Footballers the other day, and someone nicknamed him the discount double choke.
Bro, I was just going to make that
double
joke.
I
was just going to make
discount
that
double choke.
joke. Damn it.
That's insane, dude. Discount double choke. I mean, yeah, it was a bad week for him. But, nothing fixes that than going up against the Lions, bro. He's gonna fucking bounce back, I'm sure.
Yeah.
This week 2.
Yeah.
But Najee Harris kind of disappointed, 5 points.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Najee.
This is his first round pick. He took a little bit of a chance on the rookie and it didn't pay off this week, but just
I think he'll be fine.
Still a whole season ahead.
He's the lead back there. I think he's gonna be okay in Buffalo, so that was rough, but I'm sure he's gonna come into his own. I mean, he's the sole back in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
What I would say about the Golden Dragons, though, I think the only team in the league that's starting – he started 3 running backs, didn't he? Montgomery, Eckler, and Najee Harris in a PPR league, starting 3 running backs. Interesting strategy, but
maybe 138 points will be the norm for him. We don't know.
I don't know.
These are both two teams that have new names this year. Last year, the Muff Vipers, kind of a gross name. Last year he was cross-faded. Last year, Golden Dragons was Peaky Blindside or Peaky Blindsiders. Can't remember.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, that was that score. That was the win division lowest scoring affair of the first week. The next matchup we're getting into is back to the Earth division or the Earth division. Vino Poppy and Fart Hound.
Oof.
Vino
That was a
Poppy
nail biter.
score 192.82 points against my 186.04. I scored 186
matchup.
points. That's a great score. I'm still really excited about my squad. I had some underperformers and DK Metcalf and Justin Jefferson. DK Metcalf didn't have a reception in the first half, I don't think, or maybe he had one. And then he was able to kind of turn it around. He had a 16-point game. Mixon went off. I'm excited to see Mixon now that Giovanni Bernard is no longer there. Mixon is like the guy for everything. So I'm hoping that he remains consistent. I'm not expecting 35 points every game from him, but I'm expecting some serious points from him. But yeah, man, Allen Robinson only had 9.5. He had a tough game against the Rams. It's a tough defense, so he'll step up. Deebo Samuel went off, man, 43.9 points, and
That's insane, dude.
He got 12 targets, man. So if he can, remain that number one target, then I'm feeling good about Deebo Samuel. And then the big thing that happened to me was Lamar Jackson, dude. He had two fumbles. So that's minus 2 points of pop. That's minus 4 points. In a game like this, I would have needed those. Then he had two players that were playing. He had the Ravens defense. He had Daniel Carlson, who's the kicker for the Raiders, who was making field goals at the end of the game, long ones. He had 11 points. And then, of course, Darren Waller had 36.5. So I think a lot of us kind of were scratching our heads when he went double tight end with the first two picks. But it worked out for him this week. Long term, we'll see. But how do you guys see this game?
It's definitely close. 186 points is something to hang your hat on, so you should feel pretty good about that.
Tom Brady was on my bench. He scored 46. So if I started him, that's I won.
Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, he started Roethlisberger, underperformed for him, 14 points. When you mentioned the two tight end situation, going Kelsey early and dynasty is it's a risk, but I think he's got a really good squad to win now too.
Yeah,
because Kelsey's up there in age, but still
Waller is as well. Waller's 29.
And then Thielen's not a young buck either, but right now those guys are I would say they're in the prime or at the tail end of their prime. So he's definitely in line to maybe go back to back also.
Third title, he's going for the third title.
Yeah, we can't let him win the third one, bro.
But I think there's been some murmurs, across the league that he's been trying to maybe snag a running back or a quarterback, because you can definitely see, quarterback right now, and with his running back situation right now, he is pretty thin there, and so he's going to need those tight ends to step up in a big way every single week. And Kelsey can do it without a doubt. He's going to get the targets. Waller's kind of you have Derek Carr. You don't know what's going to happen there. He's not a for sure, big game kind of guy, but he's the number one target there. But we'll see how it turns out, man. Corey Davis had a big game for him too, 26.7. So I'd say his squad looks pretty good. I think if you can get a quarterback or running back, depending on when he gives up, he looks pretty solid.
Right. Cool.
Okay, last game of week 1 was Los Chimps, a.k.a. Defensor Fortis, a.k.a. The Fornicators, 197 points against Dem Lions, 166. This is a traditional rivalry in this league. And it's, Los Chimps, man, you knew who he was going to take in the draft, and that man came up big again. It's like he's been playing Dynasty the last 4 years because he's drafted him with that first pick every single year. Or a keeper league, rather. But Patrick Mahomes had 52.28 points for him. Melvin Gordon, 33.8. DeAndre Hopkins had a solid game, 26. Yeah, man. Swift had 27. Yeah, Chris.
Yeah,
dude, that Swift score is actually surprising because I have Swift in a different league, and I remember getting an alert that morning, and Swift was actually not the starter for the Lions. And there was some murmurs about him being hurt, and so I thought I got him out of my starting lineup in a different league because I was like, he's gonna be limited, or he's not starting the game. He's going to be on a snap count, but he fucking went off, man. 27 points. It was a great performance from Swift. I just thought I would point that out because that was a risky start. That was a risky start, but it paid off for him. DeAndre Hopkins is fucking DeAndre Hopkins, man. That fucking catch and the toe tap in the back of the end zone, that touchdown was insane, man. And then Melvin Gordon, 30. I mean, what is this? Fucking 3 years ago, Melvin Gordon, 33 points. Just like, I know he had one huge run.
Big run, yeah, because he only had 11 carries.
But that's
11 carries for 101 and 1.
101. That bonus, man. That bonus really fucking helps. And I mean,
and sitting on his bench is a quarterback with a lot of potential. Jalen Hurts was somebody that I was like potentially targeting in a later round, and Adrian got to draft him before I did.
You know, it's interesting, man. Like, you wouldn't necessarily give up a lot for a quarterback in like a redraft league, but in a dynasty league, I can see someone really pay champs to get Jalen Hurts if his trajectory.
I was about to say if he
just
could potentially have a lot of capital with that right there.
Oh yeah, I can see Jose maybe getting rid of one of those tight ends for Jalen Hurts. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
something to keep an eye on.
Don't do it because the Chiefs might win the whole fucking thing if that happens. Don't do it.
You look at Dem Lyons, man. He had 2 other quarterbacks on the bench who had a lot more points than the one he started. He started Tannehill, who had 13.18, who went against Arizona. And Kirk Cousins was on the bench with 36. And Jameis Winston, no one was expecting that, had 42.6.
Yeah.
Bro, 42 points and only 148 yards. That's insane. 5 fucking touchdowns.
He got LASIK eye surgery and was a completely changed man.
What a monster, man. But yeah, Tannehill really let him down with only 13 points. Dude, Chandler Jones sacking Tannehill 5 times. I mean, that was insane. I don't know what we might not ever see that again in our lifetime. I don't know. 5 fucking sacks in one game, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Pobrecito.
So that was the recap of week 1. It was an interesting week to say the least. It was a good week. I think no one really did terribly, man. I think we've had some week 1s in the past where people just eclipse 100 just barely, you know. And I think this one was pretty good. There was a few, lower scores, but overall, I think everyone's team performed pretty okay. And so let's take a look at the standings right now. Let me pop this app right open. So we have the Earth Division. Los Chimps is on top. He's 1-0. He has 197.4 points scored. Vino Poppy 1-0, 193 points scored. The Fart Hounds 0-1, 186 points scored. Dem Lions 0-1, 166 points scored. The Win Division, Over Easy leads the league in points scored, 208.6. Muff Vipers with the win, 138.28. The Bad Hombres 0-1, 172.2. And the Golden Dragons 0-1, 137.9. And the Fire Division, Culon Santos sits on top of that bad boy. 189 points scored, 1-0. Bangkok Ladyboys 1-0, 169.04. The Flint Tropics 0-1, 163.5. And Gridiron Throne 0-1, 142.2. So those are the standings. Still very, very early. This was the first round of division matchups. We have 2 more weeks to go, and these are key because you're going to face them again at the end of the year. And then those interdivision matchups, man, they're so important because there's tiebreakers, and you want to escape the division at the top. And so we'll see how it goes and how it plays out in week 2. Let's go to Chris's Kerner.
Ooh, the first one of the year. Let's start off with who the fuck is that guy? Elijah Mitchell. He was like 3rd on the freaking depth chart at running back for the Niners, and then Mostert has cartilage broken in his knee and he's out for the season. And then Trey Sermon, who was like the guy that they drafted to be the number 2 running back, is inactive for the week, just like a healthy scratch. Elijah Mitchell gets a start. He gets 26 points, 104 yards, a touchdown. And now he was like, I'm pretty sure he was like the most added, like probably the number 1 waiver ad for the week. Sure. I mean, who knows if that's going to pay off or not.
There was like 5 claims for him.
But no one knew. There were 5 claims for him. No one knew who the fuck this guy was. And then, man, might be a star. Maybe he's the guy going forward. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. But Elijah Mitchell, who the fuck is that guy? We might all know who the fuck that guy is from now on because of, the opportunity that he has. So kudos to, I guess, Over Easy picked them up, right? So the rich get richer over there, I guess. So the squanderer this week is none other than the Golden Dragons. If he would have just started Matt Ryan, who scored a whopping 7 points, he would have won. He would have won his matchup. Instead, he started Aaron Rodgers, who scored negative -0.6 points, and I think the margin of victory in that matchup was less than a point. So
It's like 0.3, bro.
kind of tough for the goal.
If
I
he
know
had
he
scored
was hoping,
zero, if Aaron Rodgers scored zero, he would have won the game.
and Aaron Rodgers just. If he just doesn't start a quarterback, dude, he freaking wins. If he just leaves that blank, thank you, Mike, for pointing that out. That's an amazing antidote there. That's insane. So yeah, you can't squander it any fucking worse than that. The bed shitters. I mean, there's a little carryover here. Bed shitters. You got to give it to Aaron Rodgers after that sketchy offseason that he had, fucking jumping off cliffs in Hawaii with his new wife or fiance, and fucking just not showing up to team events.
Yeah.
And you can't have an offseason like that and then have a performance like that in week one. You know what I mean? Like that.
Let me just say he did an outstanding job as the Jeopardy guest host for 2 weeks.
Hosting Jeopardy, dude, you can't do that. So
he was great.
negative 0.6 points, really shit the bed. And then this next bed shitter, I just gotta say it has more to do with the owner of this player than anything else. I mean, at the tight end position, 7 points, that's not really shitting the bed because it's tight end. Anything is something at that position, but based off of the hype and based off of the owner, Kyle Pitts, all the hype coming in, he was going to be, the number one target getter. He's going to be the dude. Julio's gone. All those targets are going to go right to Kyle Pitts. And then Bangkok Ladyboy's just like gloating about how he got Kyle Pitts and he's the fucking guy going forward. Kyle fucking shits in week one. Kyle shits, man. 7 points. Yeah. Unbelievable what the tight end.
The second round tight end. He took him in the second round.
Oh, was it second round?
Took him
second round.
I was looking. Because I had him targeted, like I wanted him, but there was no way in hell I was taking him with the second pick.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever,
so
man. But yeah, Kyle shits week one for sure.
Kyle shits.
I think we lost Marlon.
I think we lost Marlon.
He'll come back.
He'll come back. Lady boys, we love you, man. It didn't work out week one of Dynasty for you with Kyle Pitts. Maybe it'll be the right decision going forward, but at the moment, doesn't look like a good one. But
here he is.
And he's back. The no talent pussy of the week, the Golden Dragons, 137.9 points. Tom, you said it though. I mean, kind of a respectable point scored for the no talent pussy. It's usually in the double digits, not the triple digits. 137.9. I mean, if that's what the no talent pussy is going to be going forward. I mean, that's a high threshold there. That's still a respectable number, but
it's a pussy with a little bit of talent.
Yeah, exactly. Let's get a little sad. Let's pour one out. I'm not drinking because my allergies are kicking my ass. Raheem Mostert out for the season. I've never heard of I think he had cartilage that broke in his knee and he had to get it. He got surgery, done for the year. It's insane, man. Poor guy, because he's always hurt, man. So hopefully he comes back next year. But definitely leaving a huge void in San Francisco. Those guys like to pound the ball. So speaking of pounding, the big cock on the block. Should we rename it when she wins? Because she's the only
big
woman
in the pan. The big hand in the pan.
I was thinking more like the big cunt on the. I don't know, but that doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound nice. Over easy, 208 points. Really put it on me. I mean, that's a big score. I don't know if that's going to be the highest score overall of the year. I think we're going to have a really high scoring year, but 208 for week one that's the way you want to start and really set the tone for the season there. So let's run through next week's games real quick.
Yeah. So the week two matchups. We have the Fart Hounds. We're going to the Earth Division. The Fart Hounds, who's my team, was Las Vegas. Clean slate for me. Even though I lost week one, I feel good. But the Fart Hounds, who are 0-1 versus Los Chimps, who's 1-0. It's a brotherly matchup playing my brother. Yeah, man. Like we said, he has Mahomes, who makes shit happen. But I had some underperformers last week. I think I'm okay, man. I think I'll be okay. I'm starting I am starting Tom Brady over Lamar this week just because I like his matchup more, and I'm just still not. I think Lamar just needs to grow into the season a little bit.
Yeah.
So there's that. Then we have
that's a juicy matchup against Atlanta, man. I think he's gonna have a big score for sure.
Oh, definitely, man. So I'm hoping so. Then we have Dem Lions 0-1 against Vino Poppy 1-0. The projection for this one has Dem Lions scoring a lot of points. They have him. What is it? The projection is for him to score 184.9. So that's a big projection. Usually you don't get 185 for projection.
Bro, this is all going to come down to the quarterbacks. You see, Poppy starting fucking at the moment. He's starting Jared Goff against the Packers. I mean, and then Tannehill against Seattle. Like, dude, this is going to be insane. It might just come down to that matchup right there.
Yeah.
Tannehill coming off of a terrible game. Goff coming off of a decent game. But going up against Green Bay.
Dem Lions has different options on the bench as well. Like we talked about earlier, he has Kirk Cousins. He has Jameis Winston.
Mm-hmm.
But Vino Poppy, man, he has Zach Wilson, the rookie, on the bench. So his quarterback situation is dicey. It's it's sketchy, man. But yeah, I mean, it very well may come down to quarterback play. But you had like some underachievers on Dem Lions' team. I think Aaron Jones like shat the bed too last week, but he has Detroit this week, and that's going to be interesting. Cooper Kupp versus Indy. That's a great matchup, man.
Yeah, he had a great week one, so maybe he can keep it up. But it's going to be a good matchup.
Hawkinson, too, man. Hawkinson looks great. I mean, he looked good week one, dude.
Oh yeah, he's got that lechuga. He's got that lettuce flowing, dude. I'm a Hawkinson fan.
How about let's do this, man? We'll make a projection. Projection for Fart Hounds versus Los Chimps. Who do you guys got?
Ooh. Damn.
Bro, I'm going to go.
We usually do projections for the playoffs. We're going to start doing it every week. How about that?
How about it? Damn, it's going to be close, dude.
I'm going to have to give the slight edge to Los Chimps only because Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes.
I think Tom and Patrick Mahomes are going to cancel each other out this week because of the matchups. Because he's playing Baltimore. Mahomes is playing Baltimore. That's nothing. That's not.
Oh, you know what? That's a good point. Dude,
but y'all are fucking pretty even.
Derek Carr kind of went off on Baltimore though. So
yeah,
he didn't go off, but I mean he had a pretty good game. I'm gonna take myself, of course, because I need to win. I do think. I mean, Los Chimps has a great squad, man. He has a formidable squad. I'm gonna take myself because I have to.
Yeah. Dude, it's so close though. But I think if yeah, dude, I think I'm gonna go with you too. I think I like your matchups. I like your matchups better. And I think it might, dude. I don't know, dude. How did Mark Andrews do week one? Did he have a good week one or no?
No, I think it was like
7 points or something like that. 5 points.
Yeah, because I was like, he has I mean, on paper he has the edge at tight end. And then on paper, I guess I'd rather have Swift than Deebo Samuel like going forward at my flex position. But Deebo did go off that first week, so maybe if he keeps that up, and I think he will. I mean, not get you 40 fucking points every week, but I think he'll at least keep pace with Swift. I think you got it, dude. I'm gonna go with you. Los Fart Hounds. Marlon.
I gotta back my boy, bro. Los Fart Hounds.
Get back my bro, the Chimps.
The Chimps.
Literally your bro.
Bro, any other week probably though. If you didn't have Tom going up against Atlanta, I'd probably go with the Chimps. To be honest with you, if he just had a different.
I'm not mad at it, man. I understand if you pick the Chimps. He's got a squad on him.
It's really just that.
So we'll take the second matchup that we're talking about: Dem Lions versus Vino Poppy. Who you guys have in that one?
Let's see, Dem Lions versus Vino Poppy.
Earth matchup. Talk about the quarterbacks: Ryan Tannehill versus Goff.
I don't like that.
A battle for the ages. One that everyone's just looking out to see. You know, it's a great matchup.
I mean, this is gonna be. I mean, fuck.
I think I'm gonna have to go with the Jose, man.
If he starts Winston instead of Tannehill, I'll go Dem Lions. But at the moment, the way the teams are set up in the lineup, I'm gonna go Vino Poppy because those two tight ends. They're just such X factors, man. They could both just keep going off.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I said, if he starts Winston against Carolina, instead of Tannehill against Seattle, then I'll go with them Lions.
Yeah, I really feel like Dem Lions has better matchups this week. Honestly, I think I'm going to go with Dem Lions, man. Aaron Jones can have a big, bounce back game. Cooper Kupp against Indy, Hawkinson against Green Bay.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go give the edge. It's a slight edge to Dem Lions.
Damn.
Arlen?
Yeah, I too will give the slight edge to Dem Lions.
All right.
Did you hear me?
Yeah. Sorry.
I changed. I'm having some internet issues, so I changed my.
No, we heard you.
My thing to my hotspot.
Sweet. So I think that was that 2 for Dem Lions, 2 for Vino?
Yeah.
And the next matchup, over easy against the Golden Dragons. You had the highest scoring team against one of the lower scoring teams, or the lowest scoring team. Yeah, the highest scoring team versus the lowest scoring team in a division matchup.
The Golden Dragons are projected to win by like 20 points this week. I don't know if I trust that. Over Easy's coming off. Over Easy's coming off a huge week. And you can say the exact opposite for the Golden Dragons. So I'm gonna have to pick over Easy this week.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be closer than we expect. I think most of us, like, if we thought about the matchup after week 1, we'd say over Easy is gonna blow them out. But I think Eckler's gonna have a bounce back game. And so I think he's really going to keep, and I think Najee's going to have a bounce back game. So, and then obviously Aaron Rodgers. So I think it'll be close, but I'm going to give it to over Easy. I think she's going to start off the year 2-0.
I'm going over Easy too, man. I don't think it's going to be particularly close. I think Russell Wilson's probably going to have a good game against Tennessee. The big one here is Nick Chubb, man. He's going up against a Houston D that really was not challenged last week. Who's not very good. So I feel like Nick Chubb is going to maybe have a bonus. He's probably going to hit that bonus. He might hit a double bonus. And Chris Godwin against Atlanta, that's going to be a very high-scoring game, or specifically a high-scoring game for the Bucs. And then she has Mostert starting right now, who's on IR, so that maybe is probably why she's projected to lose by 20 points.
Yeah.
He has an IR starting right now.
The other thing I wanted to point out about Golden Dragons was that his top running back and his top wide receiver are both from the Pittsburgh Steelers, and that's not really an offense that I want like carrying my team.
I think he might be a Steelers fan, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you never know, man. He's got some playmakers. If Rodgers can get it together and have a big matchup against Detroit, which is possible. I mean, he can have a 50 banger. coming from negative to 50, beat that. That can set him off. But I'm taking over Easy.
He could be the bounce back shitter of the week, bro. If he fucking drops 50.
A new category.
New segment. Bounce back shitter of the week.
Marlon?
Yeah, I'll give the advantage to over Easy. I mean, considering that she's got Mostert starting, who's on injury reserve, and I think she's gonna do just fine.
So I think that's a sweep for everybody, huh? No. I think did Mike say Golden Dragons?
No. We all
Golden Dragons.
Bring the brooms out, boys.
Bring them out.
The next matchup is the Bad Hombres versus the Muff Vipers. Again, another low-scoring team. Well, versus one of the higher-scoring teams from Week 1. It's going to be a good one. I still think Bad Hombres. You have you had 170 this past week. That's a pretty good score.
Yeah.
And I think your matchups are looking pretty good. I'm going to go with Bad Hombres over Muff Vipers. I just don't. I don't know, man. But Herbert has Muff Vipers does have Herbert against Dallas. That might be a very high-scoring game.
Yeah, probably.
So it's going to be close, man. But I think McCaffrey's going to come out and he's going to definitely hit the bonus this week. So I'm going Bad Hombres.
Same here.
Awesome.
Matthew Stafford, I think he is going to put up an MVP campaign this year, and he's going up against Indy, which I don't think their defense is that great. So could be he could be the next factor for you this week, Chris.
Nice. I appreciate it. The only thing, it's kind of, Saquon's been like a sketchy kind of player here the first week for sure, because I think he's on the pitch count. He started him this week. He's going to start him. And so that's kind of questionable, but I don't know if he has many other options to pivot to. So it's like you kind of have to stick with him. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But yeah, man. I mean, I'm really, I like my team. I think I have decent matchups this week, and I think I can put up another similar score to 170. And if Mud Vipers can do that, then it's going to be interesting. I think he could, like you said, Herbert against Dallas. That could be a bonanza, dude. That could be fucking. He could easily get 50 against Dallas.
It could be like the week 1 matchup between Dallas and Tampa Bay.
Yeah, for sure. Especially because like the Dallas run defense looks a little better than it did last year, and so I think because their run D is going to be better, that quarterbacks are going to be more willing to just throw it all over them, dude. And it's going to be. It can get ugly out there. So we'll see what happens, but I'm going to go with myself, man. I think I'll be able to pull it out.
I agree, Chris. I think you're going to pull it out for sure. I'm with you.
My cowboy hermano, bro. You see that? That's that.
Cowboys,
bro.
Do we actually need to like pull brooms in here next time?
We should.
So
I'm down for props.
The next matchup is Coulon Santo versus Bangkok Ladyboys. This is a big one, man. This is a rivalry right here. It's one of those divisions.
I got to meet him at your wedding, Chris.
Oh, at the wedding, that's right.
I got to put a face to the
face to the Ladyboys.
I'm kidding. He's a great guy. That's awesome, man.
So you're taking him or what, Marlon?
Yeah, he's a really nice guy.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah, I really like him. I don't want to beat him. I'm gonna sit
Kyler. Bench everybody.
I'm gonna bench Kyler. No, man, I'm pretty confident. I think I'm gonna go with myself.
Yeah, I think you have reason to be confident with Kyler Murray over Joe Burrow, Kamara over Jonathan Taylor.
Taylor's the Rams. It's a tough one.
And then Kittle against Pitts. I think Kittle has the pedigree, and Pitts is a little bit unproven right now. So those matchups are, I think, definitely in their favor.
Yeah, I actually, I don't know if y'all know this, but I'm actually the reason why Bangkok Ladyboys are in the league. There was an opening. I petitioned Tom. I was like, hey, Boo likes fantasy football. We should bring him into the league. I think he'll be good for the league. And so we brought him in, everybody knows I love Boo. He was in my wedding party. He was one of my groomsmen. He introduced me to my wife. But looking at his fucking squad and looking at Marlon's squad, I mean, all that being said, all that aside, I can't go with the Ladyboys this week, man. I just can't. Kyler Murray might be the fucking MVP by the time we're done this year, man. The way he played in week 1, I mean, kudos to you, Marlon, for picking him up and drafting him, because I think you're gonna have a great quarterback for like at least the next 5 years. 10 years, dude.
That's why I got him, man.
And that's awesome.
I had him last year, and the guy's young. He seems like he's got that fire, that spark, that something,
And he runs, dude.
Yeah.
He's a dual threat.
So
and he has a good coach too, Clifton. Yeah. It's a good situation to be in.
Clifton.
And looking at your other, like we've already said it before, your team is built to win fucking right now. And I think Boo's team is more built to win later.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now.
So that's we got to go with Coulon Santo this week.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Coulon Santo as well. I feel like that's what you just said, what you're harping on, Chris, is exactly my sentiment as well. I just feel like Marlon's team is scary right now. Like, I wouldn't want to play Marlon's team right now. Boo's team has a lot of potential, but they're guys that haven't reached that potential yet. And he's going to have a good team in the future for sure. But I'm going to go with Marlon on this one, especially in this week 2 matchup. Let's bring out the
sweep.
Jesus, we're sweeping.
3 sweeps. God dang.
Jesus.
All right, the next one is Dem Lions versus No, we already went over that one. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I think it's mine.
It is. Yeah, it's
last one.
Flint Tropics versus the Gridiron Throne. 2 0-1 teams in the division.
Mm-hmm.
How do you guys see this one, Mike? It's your game, man. How do you feel? You feeling confident?
I'm feeling pretty good, man. I underperformed last week, but that was primarily attributable to two players, which is Josh Allen and Devontae Adams. I feel comfortable with them having better games this week, and if they have better games this week, I think I'll definitely be in position to win. So I'm feeling pretty good, and I'm going to pick myself this week.
Awesome, dude. I'm looking at Allen's matchup, and Miami has a pretty decent defense, dude. Their corners, especially, they're very strong, and their secondary. So it could be a little. I wouldn't have super high hopes for Allen. I think we can expect Prescott to outscore Allen this week. But looking at your other matchups, I mean, Devontae Adams, I think he'll bounce back against the Lions. He might have a huge monster game. Keenan Allen, not Kyle Allen. Keenan Allen against the Cowboys, I think he's gonna have a huge game. So with those two guys having monster games, I think they're gonna put you over the top. So I'm gonna go with you, man.
Thanks, bro.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Gridiron Throne as well. I think you have better matchups. The only thing that would concern me there is Josh Allen, because I think Miami's D's pretty damn good. If Josh Allen can put up a respectable score, I'm gonna go ahead and say Gridiron Throne. But watch out for Prescott, dude. Prescott might throw another 50 bomb, and if he does, it's gonna be close one. I think it's gonna be close. It's gonna be close, but I'm gonna give the edge to Gridiron Throne.
Bro, anytime anybody drops 50, all bets are off, dude. Anything can play.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna give the advantage to you, Mike.
Thanks, bro.
I like your matchups better.
Damn, everybody's sweeping out here. Sweeping out here.
For all those game sweeps, I know someone picked chimps. Mike, you picked chimps, right?
Yeah,
I'm picking topics, dude.
Yeah, sorry, bro.
Cool deal, man. Okay, so we're about to end it, but the last thing we're going to cover is if what team are you most scared to play? What team aside from your own team, what team's the best team in the league right now? What team do you have to watch out for?
I don't want to play Marlin, bro. I don't want to play Culon Santo, dude. I think he's got a monster squad.
I already played Marlin, and I didn't want to play him, so.
I don't want to play Golden Dragons because my team's so much better than his, and it would just be ugly. I'm just kidding. I play him in week 4, so he's probably going to beat me. I'd say Marlin. Marlin has the scariest squad right now. Like, all of those guys are, like, they're primed, they're lubed, ready to go.
He's got a bowl full of condoms on his nightstand.
Yeah. With that said, that's a good one. Vino Papi, he's gonna try to get the third title. He won the second one last year. Chris, you're on the hunt for your second. Me, Mike, and Marlon have not been fortunate enough to even sniff a championship game. So maybe that's.
No, I've been in the championship game, bro.
Not in our league, have you?
Yeah.
Oh, you have.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
To Mike, right? I think to Mike.
Dem Lions?
Yeah.
Oh, you weren't winning that year, bro. Dem Lions is fucking tearing that year, dude.
It was a fucking train, bro. We took the L out of his name, remember? We took the fucking L out of the name.
Dem Lions, yeah.
Dem Lions.
Dem Lions.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, good luck week 2. I know there's a game going on right now, so we should probably go watch, and we'll see you guys next week.
All right. Later.